the head-to-head tail of the tape. Vargas 2-inch height advantage, 5-inch reach advantage, hence the heavy favorite here. This will be in the bantamweight division, although Zuri Valenzuela really projects more as a flyweight. Peru contra Peru.
And these guys are ready to get out there.
We're underway. Again, that big height advantage and certainly a bigger reach advantage for Vargas, who is in the white shorts, and he applies the pressure, and he is active with his fists and his kicks. Short left catches Vargas. Pardon me, Valenzuela.
Valenzuela is saying, bring it on, dude. Come on, get in here. Come on.
Dale, papá. Vamos. Quick feet. I continue to be impressed with almost every fighter I've seen here. Competition is a big part of it. I don't know if it's there, but just the eyeball test, you see quick feet, you see quick hands, you see adaptive fighters throughout.
Now, it says on the accolades and bio department for Valenzuela that he is a brown belt in lucha libre. Is that kind of like lucha libre?
I don't know.
It's got to be like pro wrestling,
lucha
kind of?
libre, but there it is. Maybe it is. Pro wrestling would be a great MMA. I mean, if you really were, if it was not predetermined, look out.
And that left hook is looking.
Although no pile drivers. Pile drivers, I don't want to see that in real life.
No, I want to see the people's elbow. But Valenzuela's left hook is his biggest punch. And he keeps trying to swipe the chin right off of Vargas, and to no avail so far. But that one got him.
Oh, how about Valenzuela? Vamos!
Yep, it's that left hook, that lead money left hook of Valenzuela. No dice, he says. He shakes his head.
Kicks that lead leg away from Valenzuela. Big looping left hand gets in.
Yeah, and you got to keep that right hand up, because Valenzuela is finding a home for that left hook every time at will, and his confidence is just growing throughout the round. He doesn't really respect much of Vargas's power so far.
Valenzuela comes in punching, but he lowers his head, doesn't really see where he's swinging at, which could be a dangerous proposition. Now Vargas, long and lean, getting locked in with the single underhook. Definitely
long and lean, and this is the first time that we've seen them in the clinch, and we'll see how each fighter fares there. Vargas looks to be the stronger fighter, pinning up Valenzuela against La Jaula, and he hasn't been able to get out so far. But let's see what he does with it. As if he goes for a single leg, he could do that. He is a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. Nice knee to the breadbasket.
Valenzuela shakes it off, says, you got nothing. Short left for Vargas, working in tight quarters. We have had 3 fights. 2 ended in the first round. 1 ended in the first minute. The third fight didn't go very deep into round number 2. Now Vargas looking for a takedown. Lowers his levels, going hip high. Brings up the knee. And again, Valenzuela shakes it off.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He just needs to get off of La Jaula fence, though, because, you know, sometimes in judges' eyes, the name of the game is cage control and aggression. And if you can't get off the cage, that might look to the judges that he's controlling you, and that you could possibly be seen as losing the fight.
Both making a Combate Americas debut. We're going to get to the point where we're going to say that less and less as we blood a lot of new fighters here from all over the Americas, including these two. And you can see how quickly it happens. David Martinez, a debutant in Combate Americas. Now he's got 2 wins under his belt, and he is starting to look up the 135-pound division to see guys above him that he can challenge, as Valenzuela changes his levels. Single leg.
Valenzuela trying to pull for a desperation single leg head on the outside, and that could work if you're somebody like Daniel Cormier. However, it didn't work in this case, and now he's stuck like a duck. And Vargas is doing a great job with that head position. He's got the underhook, he's got the head position, he's making Valenzuela uncomfortable, and Valenzuela really needs to get off of that fence.
Oh, Vargas, the head came towards the elbow, and those two had a meeting, and now the knees are flying.
You can see that Muay Thai type training from Vargas as he knees him in the head.
Uh-oh. Oh, elbow into that small of the back, and the 12-6 motion, a no-no. as Blake Rice reminds him. Now they go to the ground.
Vargas passing to that right side of Valenzuela, and he retains his guard. He's got a half butterfly guard there. This is not where you want to be, underneath a tough, strong Vincent Vargas. This is not a good spot, and luckily he's got to survive only less than 10 seconds now, and he can try to regain his everything into round 2.
The guard is in, and that is the end. Late strike.
That was a late strike
by Vargas, and Valenzuela has every reason to show the referee that that was a no-go. And no lo haces.
He's trying to pump. There you go. He's pumping himself up. He doesn't need motivation from anyone else. He is his own motivation. Let's see if he makes those adjustments. Here we go.
Right, round 2. Again, Vargas, the favorite in white, sweeps away that lead leg, and then Valenzuela, carbon copy, returns the favor.
He's looking for a home for that left hook again, but he needs to go quick and make sure that he goes first, because Vargas is just stalking him.
I like that, the use of that short jab, the left jab from Valenzuela, but he seems to go away with it. Looping left, got caught by Vargas, and then Valenzuela coming in.
Almost with a double leg. Nice takedown defense for Vargas. Way to read that.
We're back to where we ended round 1.
Yep.
Up against La Jaula.
And this is going to be the tail of the tape here. This is what we're going to see for a majority of this fight if Valenzuela does not get off of the fence.
Looking to toss him over. A lot of communication from outside the cage.
So if I'm Valenzuela, I am not going to hold the head, because when you're headlocking the head, you're not controlling 90% of the rest of the body. So you can't headlock, but you need to grab an underhook. There it is, and jack it up and keep walking to your underhook side. But then he just allows him to continue to corner him back up against La Jaula. But you saw he found the most success when he jacked up that underhook and continued to walk to that underhook side. So that's kind of frustrating. It's like you had it. You were almost there. You were out. You were completely out.
Yeah, neither fighter in a comfortable position like we have seen previous fighters in.
And good job. Nice fight IQ for Vargas, too. He's risk controlling so that Valenzuela cannot get an underhook. And then he just switched his underhook from each side. So now he's got, I think, double unders. Let's see. No, he doesn't, but.
Well, this looks like one of those give no quarter, take no quarter fights.
Oh, he let go.
Doesn't want to get those knees. He wants to keep those little fists at bay, too. Now he's working on that second underhook. Switching underhooks.
And he's looking for the takedown, Vargas, but he hasn't been successful in getting Valenzuela to the ground yet. And he's doing a beautiful job of implementing that underhook. That to me is the tail of the tape. This is a fight for underhooks, and Valenzuela has been content to not fight for underhooks and to give up his head position and to give up the underhook position, which is unfortunately holding him on the fence.
As you can see, some bruising and some blood around the right eye of Valenzuela, who has been pressed up against that cage for pretty much the duration of round number 2.
Jack it up, keep walking to that underhook side, just like that. You almost had it.
There he goes. Again, he gets one underhook and relinquishes the other.
Yep, you got to keep fighting for underhooks. It's a very important time in the fight. Who is going to give up the underhook? And the person who concedes to the head position and doesn't fight for the underhook is usually the person that's trapped up against the fence.
If Vargas can get both underhooks here, what's the next game? What's the next move?
If I'm Vargas and I got double underhooks, I'm literally pulling him off of the fence. I'm body locking him and folding his body like a lawn chair and using my head to complete the takedown.
We'll see if he can complete that. He just goes from one underhook the other. He moves to the right, to the left. That knee gets in. The right eye of Valenzuela is looking pretty gnarly at this point as we're heading towards a minute remaining in round number 2.
And that's something that, you know, you want to see a little bit more of. Once you get into the clinch, that's a go position. That's not a resting position. You can be there for a while, get your knees in, get your elbows if you can, but you're in the clinch, you're in close quarters like you said. Get your takedown.
Vargas slips out. Now he can do some damage as he some range finders, a couple of those jabs. Valenzuela takes off that lead leg. Neither defending too much, seemingly going right back to where we were before, and here we are. Now at the hips, Valenzuela drags those legs and goes down, but Vargas puts his weight on top of him.
Nice sprawl for Vargas, but the clasped hands of Valenzuela was what he was hoping to
Right
get.
at the back.
And he did not, but he does have an underhook here on the ground, and let's see if he can get back up. And he lets go of his underhook. I don't know why.
I will say, whether they're on the cage or on the ground, they're always active. Whether it's positive activity towards the game plan.
But he was out. He's hugging his head again. He's headlocking him. Like I said, you're not controlling any of the rest of his body. You're only hugging onto his head, and that's not going to save you. He had the underhook, and then he let it go. There he goes. He has the underhook again. You're out. Keep going.
That's the end. Ooh, elbow coming down as a bloody mess. Valenzuela, both eyes. He's having difficulty seeing.
Oy, 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 but he loves it.
All right, getting rowdy for the final round. The first round, how did you see it? Second round, I think Vargas, pretty sure, but how did you see that first round?
I got Vargas up 2 rounds.
All right, Vargas does not look fatigued whatsoever from a busy month of May as he looks to get a Combate victory debut. Most of his fights do go the decision. If not that, submission. He's had 1 KO in his MMA career. But he's not a ground. I mean, he's a ground fighter. He's got blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and monkey Jiu-Jitsu, and he's done pretty well with the stand-up. Enough to be in front here, clearly in the eyes of the Venezuelan vixen.
All these fighters are always super impressing me. These fighters come to fight. They always bring action-packed fights, and it's an honor to be here and to call these fights. You know, it's not easy. Sometimes you don't want to say what you're saying, but somebody's got to do it.
All right, and we're looking for a breakout performance from a Peruvian fighter. Maybe Vargas is that person. It's been a great run for Peruvian sports as of late, in addition to Combate Peru, and this is a big deal. This is a big deal in that country, and it's able to showcase all these great fighters that have been working so hard. But going back to last summer, Peru making it to a football soccer World Cup for the first time since 1982. They actually even won a game while they were there. Copa America coming around will begin June 14th, and Peru will be playing in that competition in Brazil, neighboring Brazil, and in just a couple weeks.
Valenzuela keeps egging on Vargas. He keeps telling him, you know, come on. Like, whenever Vargas gets him with a good punch, he shakes it off and acts like it didn't hurt. But it's like, well, if it didn't, then do something, you know? Come back then.
A fight long in the making, and here in Combate Peru seemed like the right time for these two to finally take the cage. It is going to be a grudge match, and it certainly looks that way. You can see the familiarity between the two. Vargas, who's won his last 3 fights, looking to keep that winning streak intact. And here we go again, Juliana, with 1 underhook, but can he get the second?
Well, he's out of position. He's trying to punch the guy on the opposite side of the head with his other hand. It's like, it's a waste of time. And I just think that it's something that either he needs more fight experience on, or he needs more education on, but he needs to understand the concept of overhooks and underhooks and when to use them, and how important an underhook can actually be for a guy like Valenzuela.
Vargas, very good defensively. He is clean as a whistle on his face and body.
Nice straight right by Vargas, but it's answered back with a flurry of big punches from Valenzuela. And those are his best punches.
Vamos, papa.
And they land, and they hurt him. He's like, I don't care.
Oh, no, he put his blood on him.
You know what's funny?
He says, put some, what's going on?
Both of these guys are from Peru, so none of them are going to give an inch. Even though he's losing and has got a big cut, he don't care. He's like, come on, try to punch me right here. I dare you.
This is very interesting communication between the two, and highlighted by Valenzuela taking the blood off his left eye and trying to place it on the arm of Vargas. Vargas did not seem bothered whatsoever.
Gangsta.
That's right. There will be blood.
Hey, that's a great movie.
Oh, some good punches here from Valenzuela, and he gets to drop the hip and maybe drop Vargas.
Almost close, but no cigar. Couldn't get those hands clasped around the butt talks of Vargas desperately trying for an outside.
Here we go.
Single leg. Got it for just a second, but Vargas is hip to the game, back to his feet.
We are at the first Combate event in South America. Been a great night, and we have some great fights ahead.
Textbook underhook from Vargas. He was in a bad position, grabbed an underhook, walked to his underhook side, and reversed his position. I'd like to see Valenzuela do the same thing, but seems like he's content with his overhook and headlock.
Big rising knee from Vargas as he has tilted the scales here as we head towards the final 30 seconds. Best round of the 3 for Valenzuela, but probably not going to be enough.
It's definitely not.
He may have both underhooks if he can just get that left arm down.
Looks like he's got a hold of his chin, but he lets go. And now it's just underhook and head position, underhook and head position. That is the move of the fight.
Well, we're going to go to the decision for the first time tonight.
Boom, spinning back fists, and it doesn't land.
And much respect between the two.
Yeah, woohoo, gangsters.
Good fight.
Yeah, yeah.
As explosive as the prior fights? No. But certainly was one of those just two uncompromising fighters, not giving an inch to the other one's game plan.
Does Valenzuela think he won?
I don't think so. I just think he's
just excited and jazzed
we had
to be
a good
here.
fight here.
Yeah, okay. Give you that. Round 1, here we go.
Here's the hop step up.
Here comes Vargas. Here's Valenzuela. Here's Julie.
A clean-faced Valenzuela at the time.
Left hook, boom. Woke up Vargas multiple times in the first round, but he was trapped, pinned up against the jaula for the other second half of that first round. Round 2, looking for a home for that left hook again, and lands clean again, but he could not get the takedown. He ended up getting taken down. With no threat of being submitted, the round ends, and he has a big cut underneath his left eye and right. Stuck that stick right in his face with that jab, had that underhook, kneed him in the belly. Valenzuela answering back with some big wild hooks and shots. Again, tries to go for the takedown with a double leg, but Vargas's takedown defense was too good. He was not going to be taken down.
All right, we will get the official decision inside La Jaula to Lupe.
Damas y caballeros, después de 3 vueltas, esta es la decisión oficial. El juez A anotó 29-28. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, the official scorecard reads as follows. Judge A scores it 29-28. El juez B, 30-27. Judge B scores it 30-27. De acuerdo con el juez C, 30-27. In accordance with Judge C, who also scores it 30-27.
Wow, look at the emotions of Vargas.
Por decisión unánime in favor of the winner, by way of unanimous decision, El Cemento, Vicente Vargas.
Fighting back tears as he wins via unanimous decision. One official seeing it 29-28.